Now, the many buzzwords: forgive, let go, surrender, allow, you do it for yourself, let it go, blah blah ginger. What does it mean? These concepts are totally abstract, because unless you have amnesia, chances are you will remember, chances are you will attach a sense of feeling. Now, excuse me, an emotion of sorts. Now, at the especially if the event has happened very, very early in a person's life, there could have been a sense of physical pain, physical harm, physical discomfort, physical fear, and so on. Now, that became suffering through the ego. One is pain, one is suffering. I spoke about this before. Now, how did I manage to get these abstract concepts and really do something with them, and actually well, the concept to forgive and to let go, it's really obsolete now for me, because I'm actually laughing at it. The opposite of suffering and so on, it's not psychotic happiness or whatever. It's neutrality to the event, or no more emotion, no more suffering attached to the memory of the event, and no more picking it up and dissecting it, digesting it. And how did I do it? Again, through retrocausality. The wholeness of me has shown me through my years that my higher self, that which I am ultimately, and I'm remembering with absolutely every event, has reminded me, especially now as time passed, that absolutely everything that I've gone through had the purpose of bringing me here, and from here to where this is gonna evolve to take me. So I'm totally noticing it in reverse. Had this not happened, that wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have happened. And what's the purpose of the game? To realize in 3D, in my opinion, to play in 3D, and to taste, feel, explore, play. Literally, it's our sandbox here in 3D. But 3D is not a means to an end, as it is explained. Oh, don't worry, you'll surpass it. You'll look at, you'll get to greater heights and jump dimensions. No, 3D, the life that we're living in the body, is very much a conclusion in itself. Spirit desires the 3D. It's not a means to an end. It's not, oh, we can't wait to pass it. 3D is where consciousness comes to experience itself. So what I've realized, that I could not awaken in this direction. So what's the infinite me? Infinite experience, infinite taste, infinite ideas, infinite of everything. So the part of me that's unique, until I unify with with all the other aspects of me, it's giving another facet to this diamond that I am. Now a diamond has 58 facets, a brilliant cut. But the infinite me has an infinite facet thing. So not only is my 3D experience super, super important, not only is not a means to an end, but my platform from where I was born. And so if I am to look at my life from the classical timeline of view of left to right, past, present, future, that was the platform that gave me the uniqueness for one of the facets that I am as the infinite being. And no, I couldn't have become what I am, to ask the questions that I'm asking, to have the experience I've had, and to awaken in the way that I am, had I not had that platform that I was born into. Not only that, but because I'm part of the complete wholeness, the totality of what infinity is, the God self that is my so-called parents, my so-called childhood friends, childhood abusers, etc., they could have not fulfilled their game. And that's why it's very, very important that we understand the absolute amazing importance of our existence, because we take our existence pretty lightly, but it is playing a role. Everything we do and don't do makes those around us to do and not do something. So we are part of a bigger, we keep the wheel turning. So the way I forgave and let go and so on, I found out that no forgiving and no letting go was necessary. Because had it not been for what was, I would not discover this facet of the infinite me. So that full me, that infinite being that is the God self me, that makes me breathe, that makes me aware of my 3D existence, has absolute vital need of me here. And in this capacity and with this set of experiences. So it is the complete me that has created my now and has created my then. My now would simply not be the same have that then not be as it was. Now, it's not that, oh, condone and oh, put, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go and lick ass to those that abuse you. It's got F all to do with showing anything about it, doing anything about this knowledge. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to go thank them. You don't have to get on your soapbox or your high horse and say, oh, see, I've forgiven you. No, not necessary. Just know for you, it was, again, the concept that it was chosen by your higher self, it's a bit of a cop-out, because here you are stuck in, it's really going beyond that, really understanding how you've never suffered. Your 3D construct has been put through that which was painful versus that which was pleasant, or that which was pleasant versus that which was painful. It's like hot versus cold, wet versus dry. The associated drama that you're trying to forgive and let go is of the ego that's telling you, oh, that was so much suffering. Okay, well, no, it was just pain. It was painful, and you were always the God that could take it. Even if the body, let's say, there was so much abuse that some of the siblings or some of the people that were in certain painful circumstances have lost their life in the body. That life in the body had come not just for itself, it came so that it gives a set of memories to those around. So we are always a part of the collective, and whether we're alive or dead, surviving or not, we're always of contribution. And the survival of the body is not my ultimate goal. The body's purpose is to have and to give experiences to the whole. So if we don't interpret it, pain as suffering and death as ill will and so on, just for the sake of argument, but you understand that that which is finished, that which wants to experience its infinity, because infinite is nothing without the all. So the infinite and nothing really are the opposite side of the same coin. One is infinite only when it explores everything. In the absence of the exploration, what is the infinity but nothing? Infinity unexperienced is nothing. The infinite and nothing are the exact same thing. But we're so hung up on the perception of the body and so on that we forget, we don't think from this paradigm, but from the understanding that everything comes for the purpose of being explored and experienced by that which is the ultimate self, the infinite self. You come to understand, no, I didn't need better parents. How could I need? The body could have favored this or that, but in other bodies' experience, it had that. So for its infinity, this experience was also necessary. So when I also understand that pain did not equal suffering, what is there to forgive? It's but an experience. And only when you get to fully grasp this, then have you the ability to experience the fulfilled, the wholeness of it all. That's when the seeking stops as well. And that's when it blurs the line between what you remember as your childhood and cross into the timeline of a completely different childhood. You can literally go into another memory of another life. So much magic can happen once you let go of a particular story of the ego of the self, and go into the infinite self and the understanding from the perspective of the infinite self. And literally you go to the neutral point where the comprehension is so clear that you literally laugh when someone tells you, oh, you have to get out. You need to let go and to heal, and because you're already neutral about it. So that's how you know the healing is done. That's how you know the pain is gone, when there is neutrality about it. So until the full comprehension, and why do I keep saying retrocausality? Because literally it is the finished game that's calling you to play. Is the achievement of the conquest of the game that's getting you to play. Is the thrill of getting to the end of it, to crossing all the levels, to getting the fullness of the entire game experience that's getting you to play. Is the finished you that's giving you that constant feeling that there is better, there is more, there is better, there is more, there is better, there is more. It's a calling. It's a calling from the future you. It's a constant calling and pulling and dragging. And what's stopping the fast escalation and the instant manifestation? How do I do it? There is no how either. There is just the knowledge that that which you want wants to manifest. If you don't put the how, you don't put your limits. The how, it's limited by what your mind knows to have, do, and practice. What it's seen, what it was taught. So your how is very, very limited. If instead of I want, therefore how do I do it, if instead of that you say it wants, how will I wonder how it will show up, or even less, it wants me, cool, do your thing, brush your teeth, go cook. Know that it will happen. Awareness, objects, whatever it is in your want at the time. Work is gone. How to is not necessary. Lessons about how to are not necessary. Forgiveness is not necessary. Nothing is necessary. And then, yeah, that is total surrender. You don't have to go and learn how to do it. It's your natural state. There's nothing but surrender. But when you really get, I'll explore it with some more examples, because I know it's yeah.